All right. Should be live. Just bringing up the chat right now because, of course, I do not have everything up. How is everyone doing tonight? 2,500 subscribers. Thank you, everyone, so much. That is crazy. Man, uh, I it kind of creeped up on me actually. Uh, there we go. Yeah, there it is. All right. Now I can see myself and see the chat. So thank you, everyone, once again. Definitely want to give everyone some time. Hopefully, the notification worked. YouTube has been a little bit tricky with the live stream notifications. Not everyone gets them. So you're seeing this. I see 6 people watching. So there's definitely people there. Will, how's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a subscriber. BCPOV, hey man, thanks for hopping in. Twitchy Nick got a lot of familiar faces. Thank you, everyone, for taking time out of your night. So, um, BKXC, thanks. Definitely, man. And man, one of these days, I'm looking forward to filming you and featuring BKXC through my camera. That's one of the goals. There's a lot of people that I want to help tell their stories. So, excuse me while I top this off. How's y'all's night doing? Where's everyone checking in from? This fine. Well, for most of the country, it's a nice evening, but for unfortunately not all of the country it is. I've been seeing a lot of people buried in with snow, which has been kind of crappy. Crosstrek. No, I have not moved from Austin yet. That is coming up soon. Obviously, I'm in a new location. We're in a temporary apartment. It's kind of a long story, but we're going to get there anyways. To Colorado sometime in mid June. And Downhill Dewey, starting it off with a super chat, $5.47. Cheers, dude. Congrats. I just hit 50. Hey, man, it was not long ago that I was at 50. So, congratulations on 50. And thank you for being here for 2,500. It's a kind of a big milestone. It's melting good, Brian. I was watching your Instagram story, kind of shaking my head like winter needs to go home. Oh, and Nightbot is there. That's good to see. Crosstrek, definitely, man. Eric and I are working on a group ride. We're going to be doing it at Walnut Creek. We haven't figured out a date yet. We want to do at least one group ride before I leave, and then hopefully a second one where we have some things planned out, some cool events that we want to try to get in there. Paul the Punter, thank you so much for hopping in. How's everything? If I'm not mistaken, you're either on your way or at Outer Bike. So let me know how things are there. That's pretty interesting. Man, I wish I could be there. There's a lot of events that I can't wait to go to coming up next year. This year's kind of rough. Nate Palmer, thanks, man. Thanks for all the support, man. I'm kind of humbled. I remember being like at 10 subscribers. I'm like, wow, 10 people are taking time out of their day. So 10 people are taking time out of their day to watch me, and they like it. So man, it's awesome and humbling. Abby's watching. Hey, Kyle, it was awesome riding with you this past weekend. Or yeah, was it this past week? This month has been going by, man. I got to ride with Kyle at Walnut Creek, right in the middle of our move into the temporary apartment, and then once again at Paceman Park. He made it through Wookiee Way, which is quite an achievement. That is not an easy course. Group ride when you arrive. That's a good one, Crashing Dad. I'm definitely going to be syncing up with you as soon as I can when I get to Colorado. You're going to have to show me around Fruta, Moab, and Grand Junction, and all those awesome places that I've been seeing. I know, right? It's been flying by, Nate. Thanks, Clint. So yeah. How's everyone doing tonight? I mean, anyone get to ride this week? It's in the areas that it's been pretty gorgeous. It has been very, very tempting to leave the office and go riding, but I've been trying to be good about it. You'll be in Moab next week, cross trek. Lucky. I can't complain. Once I get to Colorado, that's just going to be a hop and skip over the mountains, and I can go tear it up with the crashing dad. Biking with Panda. Glad you can make it out. Thanks for showing up. Yes, I did actually throw my leg over the new 2019 Stump Jumper today. I found out that Bicycle Sports Shop had just got a fresh fleet in yesterday, and the mechanics were busy building them up, so I couldn't help but go over and take one for a test ride. It was just on the parking lot, nothing too interesting. I didn't even record it on Instagram, although partly because Kristen, who's sitting just right over there, if I had posted on Instagram, she would have known that I was looking at a new bike, and I would have gotten told no. So, but it's a very interesting bike. Can't give any real opinions off of it. Just pedaling around a parking lot. Steering is interesting, but I can't say anything about the suspension. It's not fair to give opinions off of, parking lot jibs. You're almost to full HDR levels of subscribers. Oh, and we have our first caller, John, who actually is in the same time zone as me, which is very unique. Sorry, I didn't see you over there.
It is extraordinarily unique.
I know. I have a little bit of stuff going on my desktop, so I didn't see you sneak up on me. I apologize for that.
I've been here for a couple of minutes.
I am so sorry. I feel awkward now.
Nah, don't feel
You're too
awkward.
polite. You and you and Ryan. It's that Canadian politeness, and then Australian laid back attitude. How's it going, John? You're in Texas.
I am in Texas.
How has Texas been treating you so far, man?
Mate, I've only just gotten over the jet lag, so.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been good. It's been good.
Definitely. You kind of brought the good weather here. It's been amazing lately here in Texas.
Well, speak for yourself, mate. It's actually been pretty chilly here the last couple of days, and really windy.
Let's be fair. What's the average temperature in your hometown right now?
Oh, right now it's probably like 70.
Right now, and like what time is it there?
It's 9:20 at night.
Yeah, so that's like right now in Austin, it's averaging about 75, 80 degrees, maybe 85 on a warm day. So I think you need to acclimate a little bit more. Oh man.
Maybe.
Yeah. But it's funny that you hop on here because if you remember, there's been a box that has been sitting here just like nagging at me because I haven't had a chance to open it. And I'm actually going to open that tonight because I've been putting it off, and I'm like, oh, should I make a video on it? It's like, no, let's make it a kind of an event. I actually have, this is definitely first world problems. I have like a whole pile of boxes that I kind of need to work through. We might open one or two of those other ones there. Let me catch up.
By the way, Box Mountain followed me here.
What's that? Your Box Mountain. How much of Box Mountain? Is it just little Box Mountain, or did you like it just like
earlier today? It was about earlier today. It was about that high.
Jeez, man, you are the definition of first world problems. You are an awesome friend to have, by the way, not just because of your awesome demeanor, but when that stuff falls out of your pockets, you're like, oh, here, you want
it? Do you want? Speaking of which, I've actually got a spare dropper post if you wanted to, use that as a giveaway.
I might. As I mentioned on Instagram, 2,500 subscribers. I've been kind of putting off the giveaways. I've heard a lot of, like sometimes they go great and everyone's chill. Other times it gets a little bit nasty, but I like the subscriber base that I have. I think everyone's going to be really cool about it. I already have some cool prizes Nothing too big. Nothing too big. But
Nah.
I got some stuff that I do think that I want to regift. You know, give it a nice home. And suddenly got a little darker in here. I'm not sure why.
Whoops.
Anyways,
To answer your statement there, Panda, no, it is not actually broken.
something might be broken with one of my stage lights here. It's turning on and off. If there's a loud pop and it suddenly goes dark, end of live stream. Oh, man, let me catch up with the chat. OTB, thank you for 25. It has been a crazy ride. Looking forward to the amazing content that I'm going to be able to produce in Colorado. That's not to say that I won't miss Austin. I love the charm here and the different types of terrain and trails, and the people are really nice too. Can't argue with the winters sometimes. They can be pretty nice. Let's see. Do,
Yeah.
do, do. Hi from Denver. What's up, people?
Oh, look, we got BKXC in the house.
I know we have freaking celebrity here.
Yeah.
Which actually,
Brian, jump in, man.
Yeah, Brian, there is a way to join this conversation, be a part of it. And actually, I think still no official word, but Brian and I have been going back and forth on like when he might be able to come down here. He wants to ride Deception, and there's a few other trails that I think he'll really enjoy because Brian Brian
Ooh.
enjoys a good challenge, especially rock gardens. I've seen him take on some rock gardens in California, and we got some chunk out here. And you've seen it, John.
Oh yeah. Brian on Thumper.
Hey,
Hey, Brian.
Speaks of devil, and he shall appear.
I'm eating peanut butter with a spoon.
Is it free range, organic, non-soy?
It's Skippy.
That's none of those actually.
Now Skippy is what we call our kangaroos.
Huh.
I did not know that. I thought they were called.
You see like a whole mob of kangaroos. Yeah, oh, look, there's a bunch of Skippies over there.
You know, my favorite part about Australia was when we were driving by on the road and you see people like off to the side of the road and you're required to wear a fluorescent vest if you get out of your car.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty nice. Like if you don't have the fluorescent vest and you're out of your car, you're going to get arrested.
It depends on the state. If you do that in Queensland, the cops don't care. In Victoria, however, yeah, they do.
Good.
I did not know this. This is all new information to me.
Yeah, because I saw this person on the side of the road the other day, and it kind of blended in with the scenery. And I'm like, if this was Victoria, that would not be happening.
Huh. So if I ever visit you, John, I need to bring a high-vis vest.
Well, if you're coming to visit me, you won't need to because I live in the state that don't require that.
Now, okay. Where is, like, in relation to Victoria, where are you?
So where I live in relation to Victoria is there's a very large state on the eastern side called Queensland. Then in between me and where I live and Victoria is another state called New South Wales. And Victoria is down right near the bottom, and below that, with a bit of a sea between them, is Tasmania.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's just funny. It's like, what's that, Vim?
I thought it was Toowoomba.
Toowoomba.
That's where you live, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because all your Instagram posts have that. Yeah. I just hit up the Google Maps and there we go. I've got it.
Yep.
Okay. It's funny because like when I heard that John was coming to visit, you know, we were talking about like the differences, and I realized Texas and Australia are not that much different outside of like, you know, a little bit of geography. You know, it's a little bit cooler here, but like it's ridiculously big. There's a lot of places that you probably shouldn't visit by yourself, especially late at night. And there's a mix of good people. You know, we got the Southern charm, and Australia is pleasantly. I keep reaching for my chair because I usually have a desk. Australia has pleasantly polite people. Everyone's very cheerful out there. You would think that it would be the opposite because of all the blistering heat, but I don't know.
Nah. It's because of the blistering heat. Everyone's like, "Oh, hey, how you going? Yeah, the weather's good today." It's actually below the melting point of rock.
Nice.
The only thing that sucks about Australia is the internet speed.
That's true, man.
That's it. I mean, there's good riding for sure. It's not the Rockies or anything, but otherwise, yeah. And yes, I'm about to get
where I am at the moment.
Everyone's making fun of my ring gear here. I was trying to stay warm, damn it.
Oh yeah, you got the very arrow haircut. I noticed it looks good on you. Although you look more like your brother now.
Yeah.
Is that a tactic though, to like try to not get identified at bike shops?
He's gonna go to Sea Otter on Saturday with his wife. I wonder how many people are gonna say, "Hey," and be like, "What? Nope."
I could see your brother having a little bit too much fun with that after the second day.
Yeah, probably hating by the second time.
I did mean to ask there, Brian. So, are you going to Sea Otter with Seth?
No, Seth's going to be there all by himself. I'm going to go there on Sunday. He has to be in the. He's going to be at the Diamond booth, then he's going to Diamondback booth, then he's going to be at the Slime booth, then he's going to be at the Box booth, like all different days, kind of thing. Yep. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. He's going to be fucking destroyed.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. When you go to those events like that, I can only imagine it looks awesome. Don't get me wrong, especially like with the past events where I saw, everyone going and having fun and all the Instagram stories. But like sometimes like you're there, like when you're at Seth's level, you're there to make an appearance, right?
Yeah.
You gotta go brush shoulders with people. You gotta say hi to everyone, nonstop work. And on top of that, he's a content creator. So he's like, he's got the camera going. And
I doubt he's filming anything. I think it's going to be a whole wash. Hopefully he'll film something. But yeah, that's why I friggin' love it. I'll go talk to like the Orbea guys, and I'll talk to like who I want to go talk to. I don't have any of that bullshit. Like on purpose for days like this.
Big enough, everyone knows who you are. Small enough, you can just kind of duck in and out of the tent.
Exactly. It's that fun.
No, it's not so much that. I reckon Brian's at the point where he's big enough that people don't bother him because they're all like, "So that's big, see? No, I don't want to bother her. Is that his brother? I don't know."
That's my theory. We were having a little chat on our little Slack chat where I was telling them that like every bike shop I go into, I've never been recognized. Like 100 bike shops I've been into, no one's ever recognized me. So like I was telling them I'm at the point where it's more like people are like, and like don't like just like have nothing to say, so they don't say anything. Like but they will send me an Instagram direct message 10 minutes later saying, "Oh, you take that picture."
Yeah, you see the blurry distance shot of you on the other side of the bike shop. I got you. I saw you at the bike shop. But here's the thing: I actually got recognized at the Dallas airport.
Yeah, that's so weird. I mean, like, that's awesome, but that's like the most not place to think that would happen to you.
It was completely random, but yeah.
I mean, it's funny because like I've been going out now that I'm in, we settled into the new apartment, which is just temporary. We're moving in June to Colorado. But I've been going to some of the local trails around the apartment, and every time I go out, I get recognized, which is awesome. I don't mind it. I don't mind it when you guys walk up and like, "Hey, trail features." I like to meet people. I like to put a face to an Instagram handle or a YouTube comment. It's really awesome to be able to meet you guys. But the weird thing, I wouldn't say weird. I mean, like the thing that kind of struck me was today when I was at the bike shop looking at the stump jumper, Jeff, a subscriber from Washington, came up to me and he's like, "Trail features?" Yeah. Hey, how's it going? And like we talked and he was there. He was buying a gift card for his sister, I believe. She's a triathlon and she's into triathlons, and he's like wanting to get her into mountain biking. So being a good family member, buying a gift card. And I was like, wow, someone in Washington knows me. That's kind of cool. I figured like they would think that I was like Josh or something like that. And then like we got to talk, and I felt bad because like he wanted to go ride. I didn't have any time this week, and he left on Saturday. But it was really cool. But I was at the bike shop, and like
Yeah.
even employees were like, "Oh, okay."
That's awesome.
Good times,
Well,
good times.
If you're having chats to Joe about coming to Texas to ride, come before the start of June, because he's nicking off to Colorado after that, Brian. So yeah, come on down. I'm here till June 26th.
Yeah, it's possible. May is already booked out, but June is a possibility. So hopefully, if there's some days at the beginning of June, I'd love to make that happen.
Yeah,
it would be really
that would
cool.
Be awesome.
It would be really cool to be able to get a little meet up together. That'd be pretty fun. But as I've said to you before, Brian, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, there's always future plans. I'm sure we can get something together.
Yeah, exactly. Like Brian and I, we've been talking back and forth since Brian first started his channel.
Yeah,
and we've been trying to organize something, but now it's actually slightly achievable.
Yeah, hopefully.
Being in the same continent makes things a lot easier.
Yeah,
continent.
It does. I've been trying to convince Alex to hurry up and get his van to a point where he could come to Texas.
Yeah.
Speaking of Alex, Brian, you were there for basically day one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, when did you get that text message from Alex letting you know, like, hey, this is happening?
I'm trying to think. I think I might have just seen it on the lens like everyone else. And I was like, okay. Because he's had like several like false alarm type, like, okay, there's a dealership here, there's a dealership here, like, oh, I'm gonna go over there tomorrow, and it's like just nothing happened kind of thing. So it's like when it actually rubber actually met the road, and it's like, okay, cool, I'll book my plane ticket, and he's like, yeah, I'll pick you up in Atlanta, and then we can go. And wait,
that's awesome.
That had to have been fun. Yeah,
neat.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I'm sure Alex is either, he's got content, Seth's got content, but like, there were a lot of moments where like all three of you were standing there going, oh crap, how do we, like, oh crap, we like the installation. That was one of the things. But like, that was one of the big ones. But I'm sure like throughout the day, there were like so many little moments. What was one of the ones where like you ran into that moment and y'all were standing there like, what do we do next? Like, we're writing the book here. How do we do this?
It was constant. But that was the thing. I actually went out and ride. I wasn't going to sit around and just like wait, because I couldn't not be that much help to them. So like they spent 2 weeks working on the van. I actually went out for rides and stuff. And sometimes I was hanging out, but like most of it was like, all right, this is like not the best time to come, but I came anyways, and it was still fun.
Nice.
But, it was fun. I was Seth with like the swivel seats and stuff was like really neat, and just like his mind, like just hanging out with Seth and how much of a mad genius he is so much fun.
Well,
I just like watching their Patreon videos where it's mostly you like behind the camera and them in front of it, but they're always referring back to you behind the camera going, what would Brian do? That is their motto pretty much, WWBD. Because you've got right hand weird ideas from Seth, left hand weird ideas from Alex, and then right in the middle is Brian going, well, how about we have the happy medium?
Yeah, it's funny because like we kind of like it's kind of been seen where like Seth is like go 1,000 miles an hour and Alex is like, okay, let's wait kind of thing. So it's funny to like see them clash through, and just like sometimes that is the best route. There's so many ways, like, but the extremes, they kind of bring each other center.
There's a lot of the mindset that Seth has that I definitely appreciate, because there are times, and people have seen it, where I just overanalyze the crap out of something, just overthink it. And then there are times where like I definitely like just went for it and then realized, oh, this was a bad idea. So like, for the most part, like I think Seth and I would probably be We would probably be the worst two people to work on a project together because it would never get done.
Yeah.
We would just overanalyze everything. It'd be like a 5-year project, and then it would be like obsolete by the time we finished.
Totally.
But yeah, speaking of projects, I have a box to open.
Oh,
Did we open that?
get on it.
Did we
Open that box.
I do want to get to the chat real quick because there's been a lot of people who've been patiently talking amongst each other. And I feel bad because you are all the reason why I'm here. So
I would like to point out a Chris CXK with a WWBKXCD.
That needs to be a sticker, Brian. Get on it.
Yes, it does. More to the point, I do have a bone to pick with you on that, Brian. You keep referring to your father as BKXC Senior. Why not just shorten it? BKX Senior.
Oh, there you go. Rolls off the tongue.
I like that.
JF Rise, who the heck is Nightbot? Nightbot is something that Brian educated me on. It's a handy little device. Right now, he's mainly just cheerleading for me. I was supposed to like have all this cool overlay stuff, but it wasn't working. And I was like, let's not do that tonight. Let's just hang out. Let's just have fun. So Nightbot is mainly just there, like, hey. But I put him in timeout because he can get a little overzealous on putting people in timeout and banning them. So I put him on that. They don't want to ruin anything. Let's see. Chris CXK. Yeah, you will be in a video and you're going to look awesome because everyone who was writing that day was doing an awesome job. We all went to Pacebend Park, which, Brian, that's one of the places that Eric and I will probably take you to go riding. It's a fun mix, although Flat Creek Crossing is probably going to be the first one after Deception. I know Deception's on your list, and it is an awesome place to ride. I actually have a video that I'm working on where we rode around Brushy Creek, not Deception itself, which there's a long story behind that. But anyways, it's in the area, so there's a fair mix of stuff.
Sweet.
But yeah, let's see.
Oh,
we got to keep ourselves entertained.
By the way, Brian.
Yeah. Oh, you got your shirt. Holy shit. Awesome.
Mine's almost here. I'm so stoked for that.
Yeah, it seems like it always goes east to west. Like usually I'll get messages from people on the East Coast. I got it, and then mine will still take a day or two. Awesome. Look good.
I love Sketchy Trails art style.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sketchy Trails art style is fantastic.
Sweet.
Awesome. Let's see.
I thought you'd be pretty stoked to see that.
Hell yeah.
What's that?
Oh, the
distracting me. This is hard. How do you?
Sorry.
How do I be entertaining and engaging at the same time? I don't know how you do this, Brian. It's actually quite when I watch you live stream. I'm like, how does he do that? How is he so engaged with what he's doing and with everyone else?
Yeah, I'm not very engaged in what I'm doing. That's kind of the key.
Yeah, that's true.
I just like clean the bike half-assedly, like one more time.
Yeah, janky little cleaning solution. What is it called? Brian's
generic ass cleaner.
Generic ass cleaner.
What beer am I drinking? I'm actually drinking a Colorado beer. I am completely decked out shamelessly with Colorado stuff. I got the MRP. I got the Colorado shirt from Ride Attire.
Yeah.
Awesome channel. You should check them out, by the way. And then Odell.
Sorry.
I'm drinking.
Is that better now?
You sponsored, bro?
A little bit.
Yeah, Trail Bike Bebop. I am sporting the Colorado stuff. All right. So
hang on. If we're going with sponsored stuff, I should start like putting on clothes.
Awesome. All right, hang on. Let me get this.
Get it.
Oh,
this is the one. As you can see, there's a little bit of a collection.
Yakima.
Let me turn this up so that way you guys can hear me. Let me know if the audio isn't good.
Audio is good. All professional back there.
I know. All right, I can barely see you guys, so I'm just going to bring this down here. All right. So this is something that I saw, and a very cool person got me hooked up with it. because I wanted
temporary,
to
this is a temporary apartment. It looks like a full studio.
yeah, 90% of the stuff
better than my actual office.
Yeah, 90% of the stuff that we moved over to the temporary apartment, it is a temporary apartment, was my camera gear and bike stuff. Like, we have college dorm type apartment on the other side, and like the bike's leaning against the wall.
Make that work.
But this is something that I saw that was super cool. And a very cool person hooked me up with it. The Solo Shot 3. This is an automated camera that promises. All right, where's the marketing hype? Where is it?
It uses a GPS tracking device to track your location for the camera.
Let me turn on my radio voice. Automatically pans, tilts, and zooms to keep you in the shot from up to 2,000 feet away. Auto editing automatically finds and highlights while providing simple tools to adjust, combine, and share your best clips. Live streaming, broadcast the action live, and easily share clips with friends, family, and fans through the Solo Shot cloud.
Nice.
Solo Shot 3.
I see a lot of ads. They are targeting the hell out of me with that thing.
Yeah, a lot of people probably saw that it was originally like the Solo Shot where you like put an actual camera on top of it. This is like self-contained, where like it's the camera and the automated tool in itself. And I also got a little tripod, which was pretty cool. And I've heard that this tripod is actually pretty high quality.
Nice.
The tripod is extremely high quality. Not to mention, you can still mount a camera to the top of the Solo Shot. It comes with a hot shoe mount.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, that's right. So you can also use a microphone too.
Yes. So if you hook up a shotgun mic, you get your nice zoomable camera. It comes up with a 65 times 4K video.
Nice. That's not a bad tripod. That's not bad. I'm kind of spoiled with my, carbon fiber Manfrotto liquid head. But no, this is, for what it is, it's actually not bad. And it's got, is this?
Panda's thrown down the challenge. He's going to go build his own Solo Shot for a lot less money.
Yeah, sounds like a good video idea.
So,
what's this?
Panda,
like your...
Are you going to build one for less than I actually got it for, which was just the cost of shipping?
I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but I can't see it from here. Let me know if anyone has any questions, you guys, because I can't read it. And I also need the knife. Where'd the knife go? It's not good to misplace a knife when you're sitting on the floor.
Yeah, no.
Come on, John, say it. Say it. You just picked up a very small knife.
That's not a knife.
Thank you.
Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. You guys are terrible. All right. Unboxing.
You call that a knife?
This
is a knife.
This is a knife.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, hang on. No, I have to actually do the fake Australian accent. You call that a knife? This is a knife.
A knife. It's a real knife right there. Oh, Jesus. I went New York at the end.
Ooh, wow. So, yeah, it looks...
Bullfrog, that's a funny name. I'd have called him a Chazwazza.
Oh, wow, it has a hot shoe. That's cool. It's got a hot shoe on it. Sorry, I'm going full camera geek now.
Just get the IMDb list of Crocodile Dundee quotes, and then every time, Joe will unbox a piece, you throw in a quote, then Joe will unbox a piece, and you throw in a...
Nice.
I think we could go all night.
Yeah. All right. So I think
Azwaza bullfrog was really good.
There we go. All right. So
I pretty much have that entire Simpsons episode memorized.
Ooh, that's probably not a good sound. All right.
Crank
that's the lens. Yeah, crank it down.
Hey, Prime Minister.
Okay, and then that goes right on. It's like a Lego, right? You just stick it together.
Yep.
Probably. There we go. All right. Instructions. Not reading that. And then...
You're a man. Who reads instructions when you've got testicles?
Oh yeah, it's got a little. This is a little 3/8 to 1/4 thread adapter. These are actually really handy to have with
They
camera
are.
gear. Let's see what else we got in here. We have a can opener. I have no idea what this is.
I haven't figured out what that dealie is either.
Oh, I see what it is. Okay, it's to tighten it down so you can not drop your however much this costs camera. All right, I think that's everything. Oh, I guess this comes off and then you wear.
Yep.
This. Okay.
Yep.
So this is
that tag goes in the little arm thingy.
Yeah, and you put that on, and apparently they are making a they're making like an indoor tracker. This needs to be outside, so it can get good GPS. But apparently they're making like something to have inside, so that way
an indoor tracker, so you can actually set it up so it follows you as you move around in the workshop, which would be perfect for Brian.
Yeah, actually, Brian, that would actually be really cool for you. How in fact do you turn this on?
You need to charge it first. You need to charge it, and then you need to actually connect it to your Solo Shot account. You need to connect it to your Wi-Fi, then the account, then update the firmwares, then update the firmware for the armband tracker. Then you can actually get in and actually start recording the video.
Seems about right.
I'm already bored with this. No. No, it's actually turning on. There's enough battery to at least turn it on. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm actually going to need to probably read those instructions and play around with this. Wow, that is actually a long boot up time. I know this is complicated.
Pretty long.
Okay. It's just doing a looping load screen. Okay. Well,
Panda, it only needs internet access to get the initial firmware download. After that, it's all good.
Kyle just said it. His Solo Shot is his girlfriend.
You know what? Actually, this is okay. It wants me to set it up, but the battery's dead, so we'll probably save that for another time. Yes, power off.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, having a girlfriend or a friend or a person is always going to be preferable to an automated device. But
a beneficial friend?
Beneficial friends. A friends with benefit.
Preferable to an automated device.
What's that?
Better be preferable.
Yes, you are preferable to an automated device. I will let the internet decipher that.
I love it. She just pipes up. That was great.
Yeah, Kristen is sitting behind the camera, making sure
she's probably watching the stream just so she can see what's going on in the chat.
Are you watching the live stream?
No.
That's support for you guys. No. All right.
I don't have to. I hear everything you said.
That is true. Well, you don't hear what Brian and everyone says. I got Brian, I got John, I have the internet.
It's a whole wild world out there.
We're just going to carry
it. It is a whole wide world out there.
All right. So that was one of the boxes. What do you guys think of that? Think it'll be a pretty cool device?
I reckon it'd be right up your alley. I mean, I've got some ideas to play with it. I think you, on the other hand, can actually turn it into some kind of footage gold.
Yeah.
Like you do with pretty much any camera you get your hands on.
There you go.
You know, it's funny. I was talking with, who was I talking with? Oh, I was talking with Jordan Boostmaster. I left a knife on the floor. That's behind there. I was talking with Jordan Boostmaster. I have a buddy, Paul, up in Bellingham. He was in that video of me when I was running around in Bellingham. We've been friends since like we were 13. He is an amazing photographer, and I was telling Jordan that like Paul could make like an amazing shot with a disposable camera. That's how good he is. He just has that knowledge, and every time like we could be standing there looking at the same thing. I'll take a photo, he'll take a photo, and I'll just look at mine and just like delete. Just like, nope. So, but no, I'm interested to see how the Solo Shot stacks up against like my GH5. Because I know that like some of the preliminary reviews were like, yeah, it's really awesome. The technology is great, but the quality could be better.
There's always a caveat.
There's always a caveat. You know, it's a series of compromises, right? What's the best camera? The one that
Yeah.
you have.
Just go
the one that
shoot.
you have.
Exactly. Let's catch up with the chat.
All right, guys, I'm gonna bail out here. Thanks for having me though.
Brian, thanks for hopping in.
Yep.
It was awesome
No
talking
worries,
with
mate.
you.
Gotta get back to this peanut
Ding
butter.
ding. Ding, ding.
Have fun with Skippy there.
Congrats again, man. 2,500 subscribers. It's no joke.
It's
man.
a crazy milestone, and I appreciate it, Brian.
One step at a time, brother.
One step at a time. Have a
Peace.
good night, Brian.
See you, mate.
Is he gone? He's gone. All right,
He's gone.
awesome. All right. Trying to catch up with the chat. Like I said, it's so hard to do two things at once, especially after a beer and a half.
Yeah. I have that problem, and I don't drink very often, so.
Yeah. Have you sampled some of the beers that we have here in Texas?
I have
actually some good-
sampled. I have sampled a few. Yes.
What's your favorite
Yes.
so far?
I can't even remember the name of it, to be honest.
That must have been a good beer then.
It was a
Man,
very good
just
beer.
wiped
I
your
actually
mind clean.
had about 4 of them in a row.
That's actually a decent amount, and if it was the right type of percentage, that can do it for you.
Yeah.
I like that. 0 bytes, 2000, update, and then lastly, update, and then reboot 3 times. And then do like this thing to calibrate the compass, and you only have to do that every time you turn it on.
Well, I was talking to someone who's fiddled with their solo shot already, and apparently it does take 2 to 3 minutes for it to even calibrate the GPS when you're about to start filming.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's actually kind of a bummer. So
that may be tweakable through firmware. I don't know. As I said, this is like literally just come onto the market with the new version. So
I'm going to keep that in mind, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Solo Shot 2 was just the GPS device, and then you would put a camera on top of it.
Yeah.
So right now, like, it'll autofocus, it zooms too. So like it looks at your GPS signal, and then like also I'm assuming uses like some type of intelligent analysis of the video that's coming in, and it figures out, are you in focus, where are you in the frame, where are you going, where have you been, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not simple calculations.
Yeah, I have seen footage of someone trying out the Solo Shot 3 using snowshoes, and they actually got up to nearly 2 kilometers away, and it was still zooming in, keeping them in focus.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, I did look at the specs on the glass, and it does seem like you can take this and do some unreasonable amount of shooting. Which is great.
Like 2
if you want to get
kilometers
one of those
away,
epic,
that's
like freaking climbing a mountain with, your brand new hardtail, and you want to just show how much you can truck up it. That would be an awesome one. And then just bomb down it, have POV shots and everything. Downhill Dewey, thanks for hanging out, man. Shinerbach, carbon horse rider. Yes, I do like a Shinerbach. There's going to be some Austin beers that I'm going to miss. My favorite is Lone Pint Rose IPA. That is the perfect beer for me. That is what got me into IPAs.
Lone Pint. I'll have
Are there
to
German
keep.
breweries a thing in Texas?
Depends on which part of Texas. If you're down like New Braunfels, then
yes,
big German influence.
Yes, you can go there and everything is awesome. Breweries, food, everything. Because I've been to Germany and it's just, oh God, the beer and the food is so awesome. Cobra Kyle, thanks for hanging out, man. Let's get together and ride again before you leave. Definitely, that will happen. Trail features stock up. Yeah, actually, funny enough, I probably will stock up on some beers. I know that there's like some laws on like how much alcohol you can actually ship as a consumer. I could ship a whole crate, but I think I might sneak 1 or 2 bottles into some boxes. What
Yeah.
was the pecan porter that you talked about? Ah, the 512 pecan porter.
Phoenix Matt. Yep.
What was that?
I was just saying g'day to Phoenix Matt.
Oh, awesome.
He said congrats, 2,500, and he said g'day to me. So.
Oh yeah, Matt. Thanks. Sorry, I'm so spacey. I am out of it today. Why is it every time I go to live stream, it's like at the end of the day, my lights are malfunctioning and so is my brain. But Matt, thank you for 25,000. It's insane. Someone call the ATF. No, yeah, the bulbs. I'm gonna have to return that bulb. I may be betting to BC in July. What are you betting? You betting your house? What? 512 cannot get bottled. No, 512 they have it as a bottle. It's usually like a nitro porter, which is the best. If you can get it on nitro, it is awesome. But let's see. I'm gonna open one more thing.
Yeah, go for it.
This has been sitting here. And you guys will probably recognize this. I bought this because I realized I didn't have any of their stuff. And I figured as a fan and a fellow YouTuber, I should probably have something of theirs.
Yeah.
They shipped this all the way from Canada. See if I can stab myself with this freaking rusty kitchen knife.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I have a scar on my finger that you guys won't be able to see on the live stream, but it is from a rusty butter knife that ended up with me getting a tetanus shot. Now, tetanus shots, if you don't know, are not fun.
Yeah, they kind of hurt. Awesome. All right, let's see. There is a... Oh, cool. Yay. The stickers are in there. I was worried if they shipped the stickers separate. But, boom. Oh, that was a bad reveal. Boom.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, okay, I got to get one.
Phoenix Matt.
I think mine's going to show up tomorrow. Tomorrow or the next day after that?
More than likely tomorrow. Mine showed up late this afternoon, so.
Yeah, I checked the shipping and it was saying it was in Texas. And then of course I got some stickers. So that way I can mark my stuff. I didn't get any of the I only ride park because quite honestly, I've never been in a bike park. That's going to be something that's going to have to change when I go to Colorado.
Technically I have, but it depends on what you actually want to qualify as being a bike park.
What does qualify as a bike park? Like,
I mean, the park that I've been to has shuttles, but it's also very rideable, so the shuttles aren't necessary.
It's what is it like? Like you can take the shuttle, but like it better be after like your 10th run. Like your legs are just shot, and you can't really stress yourself to go up the hill one more time.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the trails to get to is it is like a 20K ride just to get to the trail.
That's kind of bad. that'll usually take the wind right out of you though.
Oh yeah.
What is that in miles? You keep using
in
kilometers and millimeters.
I'm sorry, metrics. I'm in America now. I need to use the horrible system, the imperial system. So 20Ks would be 12
miles.
Yeah, I was just about to say about 12 miles.
12 miles. That's a bit of a trek just to get to the trailhead.
Just a bit. I also have some stickers, and I hope to meet up with some people to give some away.
I actually need to get some printed out myself, and I definitely want to get one of those stickers before you leave.
Oh, more than likely you'll get quite a few. I brought about 200.
Some convert to freedom units. Someone converted to freedom units. Biking with Panda would like to know if you, John, can do an American accent.
Well, it depends on what type of accent you want to hear.
What was that? Was like almost like kind of a southern twang?
Southern twang, yeah. It's apparently when I talk like this, it sounds very similar to right near the Texas-Louisiana border.
Yeah, you could kind of pull that off. What about a Bostonian accent?
No, I couldn't do Boston.
Couldn't do Boston?
No, not off the top of my head anyway.
You know what you say when someone walks up to you and says, G?
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 No idea.
No. Jew? Did you eat? No. Have you?
Oh,
G.
right. Right. Well, the thing is, I'm pretty good at doing a wide variety of accents, like Scottish, and there's the English. I mean, classical English. Everyone loves a good classical English accent.
There you
And then
go.
you can do the fiddly-dee Irish.
Can you do Russian?
Da.
I like that. You know what I've noticed lately, and nothing against it. It's just kind of one of those things of like, oh, okay, wow, there's a lot of good actors coming out of there now. It seems like every child actor you see, like A Quiet Space just came out. I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard good things about it. And like they all talk in an American accent, and then they do interviews, and they're like, well, and then they go like they have the
Well,
proper
I'm a little
British.
English boy.
Yeah, and then they're like using verbose words, and I'm just like, I don't know
Well,
what they're
like
saying.
Tom Holland from Spider-Man. Would you have ever picked him for being English?
Nope. Threw me off as soon as he started talking.
Exactly.
So I'm going to pose this to you, John, and the chat because I want to keep the chat involved. Like I said,
Yeah.
obviously, the whole reason we're here is because you guys are supporting me. There's been a lot of interesting bikes coming out for 2019, which is weird because we're not even halfway through the year at this point. But
No, bikes do come out at the start of the new race season.
that is very true. I'm kind of a terrible mountain biker in the fact that I don't keep up with the races. I need to stop doing that because like I just want to go ride my bike, right? But I'm also like a tech geek, so like I know exactly when the new like fork is coming out, and I've already read everything on it. But then you're like, oh yeah, did you see so and so do the chainless run? And I'm like, that sounds like a poor chain. I wonder who developed that chain. They need to fix that. So I'm bad about keeping up with like Aaron Gwynn and all those guys. But
yeah, no, I love it. If I've got time, I will watch all of the downhill, every EWS thing. I just love mountain biking so much. I don't care what it is. XC, EWS, UCI, downhill. Love it.
yeah, no, and it's nothing against it. It literally is nothing against it. It's like I didn't realize just how much coverage there was. Like when Paul the Punter did that awesome off camber episode, which if you guys haven't seen it, you should probably go check it out. And they were talking all about bike history. I'm like, man, this is so cool. Because like
yeah,
it's like freaking comic books, right? You know, you this is the geekiest reference ever. Like comic books, right? You open up the latest issue and then you're like, what is all of this? Like, what's the backstory with these people? Why is this person so important? And then you have to go back like freaking 10 years and learn all this important history. And then you're like, wow. And I'm sure I'll get sucked in as soon as I freaking, start watching a downhill race.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is so easy to get sucked into it. What I'm really looking forward to, Ben Cathro just put out that he will be doing his Cathro vision for this year's downhill event. The only one he may miss is Canada.
That is going to be cool because he's not a bad rider.
He is a wicked rider himself. And for him to go in and say, look, these lines, I couldn't possibly do these lines. And and like just interviewing riders and mechanics, and I just love that whole Cathro Vision series. I'm super stoked for this new one.
Okay.
If you haven't signed up for his Patreon for Cathro Vision, go do it now.
I watched half of it today. I've been trying to edit a video. Chris CXK, thanks for hanging out, man. Have a good night. OTB, have a good night as well. But yeah,
Good night, guys.
But the thing that's like really awesome, people in the chat, have you guys seen Ben Cathro's new flipped perspective videos where he like took a Sony, mounted it on the underside of his helmet on the chin, but he has it this way. So like you get this huge perspective of the trail in front of you, and you would think that it would be kind of like, oh, you know, that's a novelty. You know, it's kind of annoying to flip your phone or your laptop over. But like I flipped my phone over, and within 2 seconds, I was like, this makes perfect sense. Why has no one done this before?
Yeah,
I think that's one of the things I love about Ben is he experiments with cameras.
Brian BKXC has actually done that before. He went and did an Instagram story, but he turned that into a YouTube video. And he said, if you want to watch this properly, watch it on your phone, flip it portrait-wise.
Ah.
He did that last year. I think it was about May.
So who inspired who then?
Don't know.
All
I know is it's that type of wind at the moment. It's drying your lips out.
Actually, I got wicked sunburnt when I was out in Paceman Park. I got wicked sunburnt.
I did see that story of yours where you're like just red, and then there's this tiny little bit of white strip here at the bottom of your shirt.
You can kind of see it. It's starting to turn into a little bit of a tan now. I went out and I did not put on sunblock, as an idiot does. And then I went and rode all day and stood out in the middle of the sun all day filming people. And the footage looks awesome, and I can't wait to get to it. But unfortunately, I baked in the sun. It was terrible.
Wicked sunburn.
Yeah, wicked sunburn. Burn wicked bad. I can't do a Boston accent, but I lived in New Hampshire for 16 years. So like wicked, like it's wicked. Like it's wicked sick. Like wicked was just something we used. So it was something that like when I moved to Colorado, people would hear it and they're just like, "Where are you from?"
Oh, that's a wicked sunburn.
Oh yeah. Man, you burn wicked bad. Anyways, so yeah, the freaking perspective that gives. I actually got inspired by that, and I bought a mount for my gimbal to be able to put the Hero Session sideways and try recording it, because I'm very interested to see how it looks like with a gimbal. So keep an eye out for it. That's going to be a fun experiment. I won't record every ride that way, but I think it'll be fun for like quick sessions.
I could that post I put on Instagram a couple of days ago, I can just imagine you salivating over the cameras that I had in the shot.
So I've also
the 360.
I am very stoked about that, because I really have been inspired and irritated by what I've seen by 360. There have been some people that have really shown what 360 can do. Like Seth, I think, was one of the best examples of 360, because in the video that he used 360, you had to go back and look for it. That was the best part.
Yep.
He used it the way it was intended to be, or the way it should be, not the tiny planet, which is like everyone gets it out of their system once. I'm sure I'll do it. But anyways,
can't help it.
Cameras have so much potential for content creation that literally no one knows how to do it yet. Like we're all figuring it out. Trail Peak has been doing a lot of cool stuff, experimenting with placing the Rilo. But there have been bad examples of 360 cameras from outside the mountain bike community because, everyone wants to vlog with everyone's, and you can do that. But the moment you draw attention to the fact that you're using a 360 camera outside of a review,
Yeah.
right? 'Cause you're trying to throw features around. The moment you draw attention to the camera you're using, the moment you have ruined the 360 experience.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Have you been playing around with it yet?
I have, and I actually planned on sending you some footage just so you
Ooh.
can get a feel for the software.
I would love it if you could, because I would love to play around with that. And I would also like to throw it into Adobe Premiere and After Effects and start figuring out what high-end software and equipment can do. Because, the
Yes.
apps make it easy, there's nothing wrong with using the built-in apps. It's push button. It's really nice just to get it out. But I've got a pretty beefy editing system that I've slowly pieced together over the years. And I'm interested at throwing some big software and hardware at that stuff and really seeing what it can do.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I'm super keen to see what you can do with it too. Because basically what I'm planning on doing is coming to Austin and basically just offloading the 360 cameras where you put your SD cards in there. Go nuts. When I
Oh, that'd be
leave, I'm
awesome.
taking the cameras with me and you can have all the footage.
That'd be awesome. I got some ideas for it. And
Yeah.
quite honestly, it'll be awesome to record that stuff. But what I'm worried about is after the fact. JT, thanks. Welcome to the chat, man. I might turn off night.
And he's gone.
Nightbot did it, and then
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, he's back. Then I'm gonna get it, and then after you leave, I'm gonna think of all these awesome camera angles that I could have gotten if I just I could have put the camera here. We could have done this with it, and I'm just gonna hey, can you just mail that to me for a month? No, don't mail it to me for a month. That's wicked expensive.
Well, that's the good thing about the Nikon one is I can actually leave that with you if you wanted to play with it, because that was the deal that I set up with them.
I might take you up on that because it might give me the ability to play with it, and I definitely appreciate that.
Because I know Biker wants to play with it after you're done.
Yeah, and I would be more than happy to ship it off to him.
Yeah. And anyone else that wants to play with it.
It's like put a bunch of beer in it, put a camera in it. That'll be like freaking Christmas for Biker.
Yeah, it would be too. He would love it.
Let's see. Okay, I put Nightbot in timeout. I got tired of watching him spam the chat.
Yep.
Let's see. 0 bytes. Seems like a lot of processing power is needed, but then again, they said your phone can do it. So yes and no. Yes, it does take a lot of processing power to edit it the way you want it exactly.
Yes.
But if you just want to take the raw footage quickly, crop it in, pan, all that stuff, yeah, a cell phone can do it. And also, if you want the absolute highest quality, you're going to need to use a computer because the phone only has so much processing power. So it's going to use a lower bit rate. It's going to use lower quality. It looks fine for Instagram.
Here's the thing. The Garmin 360 actually does all of the processing and stitching in camera.
Really?
If you use it in a 4K mode. If you want 5.7 RAW mode, then you offload it to the computer.
Oh, yeah. I was reading about that. Okay. So now I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So I'd very much appreciate you sending me some short clips so that way I can play around with it. So that way I can figure out okay, do I want to let the camera do the processing, or do I want to take that extra effort to get that full 5.7K?
Yeah. Yeah.
Biking with Banda. I hate all the non-open source crap.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that one there, mate. But unfortunately, everything is going proprietary these days. It's the devil in the details.
So question for the chat. If you guys followed me on Instagram, which you should actually, because that's
Yes,
where I'm going to be
should.
doing a giveaway soon. I'm going to be doing a giveaway on YouTube and Instagram. I have like one thing that I'm going to set aside for Instagram and then one thing that I'm going to set aside for YouTube. So you should follow me on both. Anyways, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that someone figured out that the new GoPro Hero, the new 2018 GoPro Hero, not the Hero 6, the $200 one that they just came out with, is actually a Hero 5 that they just use software to turn off the features. And some very smart individual found the on switch for that. Who here in the chat who's watching right now saw that news?
Oh yeah,
0
I
bytes.
saw that news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it in an egotistical way. I was pretty stoked that I called it, but I called it because like I looked at it and like I was like, you know what, that doesn't make any sense. It looks exactly like a Hero 5. From what I've seen, you know, the stabilization looks as bad as the Hero 5. So yeah, like when someone announced like, oh yeah, I just updated something in the firmware and suddenly all the features turned on. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. Because, like, on the one hand, you can get a $200 Hero 5. On the other hand, I feel it was kind of dishonest and kind of crappy that GoPro tried to prounce around like, we made a new camera. No, you didn't. You have a stockpile of Hero 5s that you couldn't sell because that camera was kind of a big turd. And so now you're trying to shove it down people's throats that don't know any better.
Yeah. So what I think GoPro's problem was is they released the 5 prematurely. They were in the middle of developing the chip for the 6, which I believe they were intending to be ready for the 5, but it wasn't. So they released the 5 anyway using the Hero 4 chip and just, you know, tweaked a few things in the firmware. Then they brought 6 out.
I would
would have
believe
been far better off. They would have been far better off just waiting for the 6.
Oh yeah, the Hero 4 is still an awesome camera. It's still an awesome camera.
Oh yeah.
And then yeah, like the Hero 6, same thing. The Hero 6 was like, it felt half finished because here they had this new processor that was capable of doing all these awesome codecs and all these different things, and they shoved it out the door because the freaking stock was a dumpster fire and their shareholders wanted answers.
Yeah, exactly.
So
like, don't get me wrong, the Hero 6 can do amazing things. It is insanely good as long as you don't have to rely on the audio and you don't want video that looks as good as the Hero 4.
yeah, it was kind of a step backwards on the 5. The Hero 6, which Biking with Panda, he said the 5 has a whole new processing core versus the 4, new CPU needed for higher bit rates, frame rates. Did you mean the 6, or did the 5 have new CPU?
Well, technically the 5 had a new CPU. It essentially was an upgraded 4 CPU.
Okay, so it was more just like, you know, they added a little. Okay, I did not know that. I focus more on like the optical.
Think of it like think of it like a GPU refresh. It's essentially the same core. We've just added a few more things to it.
Yeah, it's like, you know, just efficient and shrink and everything like that.
Yeah.
Cross.
I actually want to get my hands on the new Sony action cam, the one for the prosumer.
Oh, the RX0.
Oh yes.
Okay, so I might still play around with it because I have a personal opinion that I think that 4K is absolutely awesome if you have the camera, the computer, and the internet connection to upload stuff like that. But 1440p is the sweet spot for YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
Because you can take 1080p, you can expand it up, and it doesn't look bad. You get a higher bit rate because of that. And then it's not as big as 4K, so it's easier to work with, and it's easier to upload. And plus, most people watch stuff on cell phones, and most cell phones can only display 1440p. So why go to 4K? Why go to 4K? Well, because it is the better medium. It is going to give you the highest quality. Obviously, 4K is superior. I'm not saying 4K is inferior, but
No,
anyways,
it's definitely not inferior.
yeah, the RX0 would be a cool toy to play with. We're talking a lot about cameras, and I want to get back to a quick question for the chat. 2019 bikes. What are we all looking forward to? Because I actually just rode the Stump Jumper today, but the Ibis Ripmo, I think, is potentially going to be my next bike. Potentially. What about you, John?
I'm still pretty hard pressed to steer away from the Norco range. The C7 III with the DVO suspension. I rode that. Oh my god, it's just beautiful. And that's not me talking because I'm sponsored by Norco. It is such an underrated bike. It's ridiculous.
Which bike did you bring out to Texas?
I brought the range. My 2015 C7 III. Mind you, mine is extraordinarily customized.
That's true. It's true. But I would definitely be interested in swapping bikes because you are what, 6 foot?
Yeah, 6 foot on the dot and about 185.
Okay. So actually we're about the same weight. I'm 6'2", so I could cram myself on your bike, no problem.
Yeah.
But I'm always interested to try different bikes. I definitely think that the old, what is that saying? Horses for courses. Each bike kind of has its own. It was built for certain terrain, and it especially like if you go to Santa Cruz and ride a Santa Cruz, suddenly the bike makes perfect sense. And then you go up to Bellingham, Washington, you ride a Kona, the bike makes perfect sense. They're products of their environment. We got,
they are.
MLC Adventures, the Stump Jumper, Crosstech MTB Ripmo. Josh just built up an Ibis Mojo. Josh, how are you liking that bike? That's not a bad bike either. Outdoor Gold is championing the Ripmo. Zero Bites. I kind of have the same problem as you do. Ibis really caught my eye because it has a very long reach for a large, which I'm 6'2", but I only have a 32-inch inseam, so my ape index is kind of weird. So I have a very long trunk, basically, which means that if I go to an extra large, I have to get a longer seat tube, which means a shorter dropper post and less room in the cockpit to maneuver, especially, going down really chunky descents where the rear end is probably going to come up a little bit on a big hit. And so the Ibis Ripmo really caught my eye because the large has like a 16.5 seat tube inches, which is like 419 millimeter. But then it's got like this huge 470 mil reach, which is massive. And then it's perfect. Like if I was designing a bike for myself, I would be the bike that I would pick.
I am completely opposite to you. I have a short trunk, really short, a massive legs, and like super gorilla arms.
You should try my Yeti. I think you
would actually
look
forward to trying it.
Because it has a short reach for how tall it is.
Yeah. A lot of people, they often see me riding my bike and like, hey, are you sure you're on the right size bike for you? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm right size bike.
They're like shoes, man. They're like shoes.
Yeah, a lot of people, they ride my bike and they're getting like pedal strikes left, right, and center. And oh, how do you ride this? Because I'm running 180 mil cranks.
What? How did you even find those? First off,
well, they were Shimano SLX. They were pretty much the only ones I could find.
That is crazy. See, I actually try to go with the shortest cranks I have. My Yeti has 165s. So you might actually get on and be like, wow, this is it might be like pedaling like a little, toy unicycle.
It'd be like watching Phil on his little rocker bike.
Yes. You're just like, ah. Let's see. Some people are asking some questions. Let's see. Jessica T Honestly, I
Yeah,
like my
Callum.
Orbea. Yes, and that was an awesome Orbea, by the way. That she has this really awesome kitted out gold Orbea. I took a photo of it and posted it on Instagram because we got to ride together at Pace Bend, and I was just like, that is such an awesome bike. First off, I'd never seen an Orbea before. So that was the cool factor there. And then she's rocking it through Wookiee Way, and like this gold is just glistening through the trail. I'm just like, that is it. It was dialed. You should go check out the Instagram post. Jessica has a very nice bike.
Yes.
Have you ridden Orbea, John?
I have. I actually rode a 2016 Orbea Rayon. At the time, I did not know that it was pronounced Rayon. I was telling everyone I rode an Orbea Rallon.
Oh man, it's okay. I was homeschooled. I mispronounce words all the time. I just kind of mumble my way through. I ride an Orbea Merlin.
Well, there was absolutely no sign of any kind of Spanish language over in Australia. So, yeah.
That's fair. Outdoor Gold, Yeti, and Colorado, Pivot, and Phoenix. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not going to get rid of the Yeti before I leave to Colorado. One, because I don't have the finance or overhead or anything to try to do that. Secondly, I want to ride that bike in Colorado. I've built the channel riding the Yeti for the past year, and I'm probably going to ride it for another year before I decide to trade in, unless like something comes up and I'm able to make some cool things happen, which are not in the cards. I'm not hinting anything, but I want to ride the bike that was built for Colorado.
Well, you saw what I did with my Torrent with the plus tires. Slap some 29ers on there. Brand new bike, my friend.
I actually did that and I didn't like it. It made the bike too
Really?
high. Like it pedals great. Like if I'm going through some really flowy stuff, like berms and just, yeah, it's awesome. But like as soon as I get to technical stuff, I feel like the bike's going to throw me off. Cause like I'm either going to fall this way or just go, it's just going to catapult me right over the bars. It just, even though it's only half an inch, cause I have 29ers rocking 2.5s. Like I'm almost into plus territory with the 29ers.
Yes.
It was not designed for that. There's no chip. There's no nothing. The best I can do is like sag the bike. So,
yeah. That's fair enough. I actually really enjoyed it. Swapping back and forth between the 27.5 and 29, it really gave you some perspective on how the bike handles.
That is true. And I think that like, with the stump jumper that is, you can tweak it a little bit, and then Trek, I think also has like their little flip chip.
Flip chip. Yep.
It helps. Let's see. Someone was talking about MTB Yum Yum. Crosscheck MTB Young Young put a review on the Ripmo. I do need to check that out. I was like watching it, and then like something distracted me. It wasn't that the video was boring. It's just I have a lot going on right now. Letting you go back and watch that. 32-inch. Yeah, right. Like you're a horse or something. Panda. Let's see. Stump Jumper looks sick. What did you think riding it? MLC, I only got to ride it in a parking lot, so I can't give any sort of meaningful review other than I thought that the steering was very interesting for it because it was very reactive in a good way. Like my Yeti kind of sometimes will take a little bit more body English, whereas the Stump Jumper just kind of naturally, as I hit my microphone, naturally went in the direction that I was thinking. Like, I wouldn't call it like, oh my gosh, amazing. Once again, I was just riding around in a parking lot, but it was the first thing that hit me was like, this bike likes to turn. So that might catch someone's attention. But yeah, so I would say that once I get a play date with it on dirt, I can give a better opinion. I'm definitely interested in going for a longer travel bike because like I have a 150 fork on my Yeti, but it's only like 130. Well, it's an SB5 Plus, so it's 5 inches of travel. and whatever that is
Yeah.
in millimeters. So the
5 inches should be 187.
I may be freaking up math. I may be looking like an idiot right now.
Because
I was
remember, we
looking
were
at some-
talking about the 216 by 63 Fox X2, and you said it was just a little bit too big to fit yours.
Oh yeah, so we're not talking like the stroke. We're talking like the actual travel of the third triangle.
Yeah.
And I think 5 inches of travel, whereas it's like 140 for the 29er and 150 mils of travel for the 27 on the stump jumper, which I think the Yeti is like 130 or something like that when I looked it up.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to get on a longer travel rear suspension bike. Something a little bit more capable.
Eric.
Snow front brakes on here?
Jump in the chat, man.
Hey, Eric. Yeah, jump on, man. There's the link where you know where to find it. But I really want to get on a Ripmo, but unfortunately the Ibis dealer, the only one in Austin, does not even carry it. They only special order it. Like when I asked, he was just like, nope, I don't have one. I'm not getting one. You got to order it if you want it. Apparently he's been getting a lot of questions. Apparently Jeff Kendall Weed's video has been doing well.
Yeah, well, a lot of Ibis dealers that I know have actually been, like, they've sold so many in pre-order that they're now claiming out of stock.
I could see that. That would help prevent some issues from cropping up.
Yeah.
I'd put a longer fork on the 5 Plus, rake it out a little. Actually, I am. So I have a 150, and then the ribbon, which is still sitting in the box, uncut, which is also killing me. That is a 160. So that's gonna, rake it out a little bit more, but that's only gonna help in the front, right? I when I'm going down the hill of life, and when I get to Colorado, I'm going to hopefully be taking on some more stuff, not only in the Colorado area, but like traveling around, because now I'm more central. I can go out to Moab. I can go out to Arizona. I can start hitting some real big elevation and drops. That is where I want more suspension on the rear. But I don't want to do too much. I don't want basically a downhill bike that I can pedal, which...
well, with regards to more travel on the rear, what you could do is put a bigger tire on the rear with a little bit less PSI. So you've got that little bit more of suspension in it.
That's true.
Combine that with like a Huck Norris or something.
I've been waiting for them to create a Plus specific Huck Norris. That's why I've been holding off for so long. And I am already rocking a 3-inch tire on the rear, 27 plus 3-inch.
Well, you could do Brian's faux core.
Faux core. It was tempting, but I just figured I would wait. Huck
Norris they've said they've been putting that out for nearly 2 years now. So
that's true. Maybe I'll give it a try. I don't know. We'll see.
Eric,
there he is. What's up, man?
What's up?
How are you, buddy?
How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
Yeah, good, mate.
We've been talking about you.
Uh-oh.
Have your ears been burning? Is that why you joined the chat?
Yeah, I just finished up an edit for Friday and uploaded it, so I wanted to hop in. My lights are too bright, I decided.
I unfortunately left my hard drive with all of my footage at home, so I have nothing here.
Oh, that sucks.
So it's been 2 weeks since I've put something out. I need to go and ride.
That's true, man. You've been in Texas. You got over jet lag. You have a 360 camera. I'm sure you can make something happen.
Did you go to Buck Creek yet?
No, I actually plan tomorrow. It's an 11-mile ride to get to Buck Creek, and then I'm going to hit some trails.
Nice. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there. It's been a little bit since I've ridden it, but it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to the guys over at Bike Town and they were telling me that it's actually in really good nick now. It's surprisingly not as dusty as people thought it would be.
The only thing I'll say is be careful for if you ride early in the morning, look out for skunks. When I was out there, I saw like 6 or 7, and nothing makes you pedal faster
than Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, no, it'll more than likely be a middle of the day thing. You know, I need to keep my body temperature up. It's just chilly over here.
Yeah, be careful who you say that to.
Yeah.
It's already starting to get a little bit hot, according to some of the locals.
It is, surprisingly.
But Crosstrek, thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Eric, we still need to do a
Group
subscriber ride. Yeah.
Yes.
So Walnut Creek Park.
Yes.
But we need to pick a date.
What do you think about not this upcoming weekend, but the Saturday after that?
Saturday after that, potentially. Probably need to put something out on like Instagram. I don't have Patreon. I don't think you either. So probably Instagram. Probably like we should probably do like an announcement video and then ask and like put it on both our channels and ask people like, hey, which one of these dates actually works? So that way we can plan something.
Yeah, that would be great. Saturday or Sunday both work for me.
Josh Reeder is like, this Sunday. I don't think I can do this weekend, but maybe the weekend after or there after that.
Yeah, I can't do this Sunday.
Yeah.
Well,
next weekend,
do it, John,
maybe.
That would be sweet.
That would be cool if you could legitimately make it. That would be kind of fun.
It would be a lot of fun.
People would be... What's that?
Yeah, they would be super stoked about that. The thing is, because I don't have a car yet, so
there's a lot of Texas between where you are in Austin.
Yeah. It's like 3.5 hour drive by car.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I could definitely make it by bike, but I would have to leave like tomorrow.
Yeah. To get there like this week.
No, next weekend. To get there by next weekend.
That's true. Carbon Horse Rider, Walnut is kind of a cluster, but it's kind of the most central. I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect. It's not perfect, but the nice thing is that there's a lot of options for people to ride, and there's like it's really easy for like people to split up into groups, go off and ride stuff, and then come back. There's also no gate fees. The parking might be a little bit sketch though. Like I do definitely see what you're saying. Paceman Park is always an option. It's $10 a person. And I think that if we did it far enough in advance and we let everyone know, cash only, here it is. Because they used to be able to take checks. Then they did cash only, and that screwed up a lot of people. Paceman Park's another one. Flat Creek Crossing is an awesome place, but I think it's too far out. But it might be kind of cool. Outdoor Girl, thanks for coming out, man. Have a good night. Yeah. Colorado Bend.
Cheers, Outdoor.
SP is awesome. Colorado Bend SP. Where's that, Jessica? I'm not familiar. Do you know what she's talking about, Eric?
Yeah, I think it's further out or further like northwest from Pace Bend. Pretty sure.
Okay, yeah. No, I know. I think I've ridden in the area if that's what it is. Yeah, Twitchy Nick. People still do use checks. They come in handy occasionally where credit cards aren't available.
Occasionally.
I would prefer that they just freaking took PayPal or credit card because then I could just boop and then keep going. You could also buy, it's a state park, so if you have like a state park pass, then you can just get right in. Near Lamb Pass. Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lampasas isn't too far away. It's like it's past Cedar Park.
trails that were made by mountain bikers. Well, that's a pretty good endorsement.
That
I'm
is a
gonna look
good
it up.
endorsement.
Colorado Bend.
Hey, it's
Colorado
Daily
Bend State
Mountain Bike
Park. That's what
Rider.
SD stands for.
How are you,
Hey,
mate?
Daily MGB, Josh. How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by and saying congratulations. I appreciate it, man. You have been freaking just blasting off. I remember finding you. Well, I didn't find you. MTV Savant found you and then told me about it, and then I went and found you. But I remember when you were under 1,000 subscribers and just completely taken off by taken the internet by storm.
By storm.
Okay, yes, I see where that is. That's not too far. It is a little bit.
Colorado Bend State Park, because this is state park, probably also has a gate fee. I'm willing to bet Jessica can probably confirm that.
Okay.
It's worth it. I don't know my way around out there.
Nor do I, and I'd kind of want to go somewhere where I'm familiar, so that way,
Yeah.
both of us could like lead the groups. Because as fun as it is to make an adventure out of the trip for a group ride, I'd like to be able to pretend that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Even if I don't, normally, I'd at least like to put on a good show.
There are. Oh, go ahead.
Well,
I was going to say, if you're organising a group ride, it probably would be best if you did go somewhere that you have been before. And if it's the both of you doing it, then one can lead, one at the end, just in case there are some stragglers behind. But
oh yeah, and Zero Bytes brings up depends on the facilities that are available. That's also another reason why I like Walnut. While there isn't exactly a food truck there, there's like McDonald's
It's close
nearby and
enough.
stuff like that, and it's easy access to the highway. So like if people are coming down from Dallas or coming up from San Antonio, they can get food, get gas. It's near to downtown Austin, so like if they have any mechanicals, bike or car related, because like if you actually have legitimate bike problems, like starting or like halfway through the day, there's a bicycle sports shop that's maybe like 10 minutes away, and they can work on anything. So
yeah.
There's also there's an elusive Raspa cart that is there sometimes where you can get the mango slushy with the chili powder covered straw. It's pretty amazing.
That sounds
I remember you were very
awesome.
disappointed when that was closed.
Yeah.
Brushy Creek. That's another good one.
I was going to say, if there's a Macca's nearby Walnut Creek, what we also could do at the end of the Patreon ride, go there, everyone orders like a 6-pack of nuggets. We'll sell Macca's out of nuggets for the day, and we can then all bombard Brian with snaps of our nuggets tagging him in it.
Oh, that would be awesome. Might have to do that. Yeah, Brushy Creek is another good one. And then, of course, we could do the green. The green belt's too rocky. Like it's depending on where you go in, it can be either very tame and to a lot of people kind of boring, but it can get really aggressive really quick. We'll have to figure it out. We'll put it out there on Instagram, YouTube, and ask for suggestions, and then we'll set a date. I think that's...
Thanks for joining, Jam.
Yep. All right. So, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for 2,500 subscribers and 2,500 more, and whatever happens from here on. No, we're not going to do Emma Long, Josh. That is way we're not going to go into that. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and call this live stream where it is. Looking forward to doing a group ride with you guys and looking forward to making more content. And thank you, Brian, for hanging out. John, Eric, thank you for popping on. And everyone, have a fantastic night. Thanks all.
Cheers, mate.
Congrats.
Have a good one.